Right.
You're down today for your case is charged on this court's docket. Your appearance before was in front of Judge Putman. So you're down today to get placed on a scheduling order. Have you signed up with the Public Defender's Office?
No, I was hiring my own. I'm still trying to get it squared away with him.
So you don't have counsel at this point?
No, at this point.
Who are you trying to hire?
Miles Davis in Fayetteville. Erwin Davis.
Erwin Davis?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Let me make some notes here. You've previously entered a plea of not guilty, is that correct?
Correct.
All right, and that's duly noted. I'm putting you on our scheduling order. We're setting this matter down for trial the week of May 11th by written scheduling order. A pretrial will be scheduled for April 24th, and your next reappearance in court will be set for March 14th, 2015. Okay? Now, it's your obligation to make the arrangements with the attorney. It's a matter of private contract, and this court doesn't get involved in it unless you decide during that process you can't afford to hire an attorney, in which case you're still entitled to an attorney, and the court will appoint you an attorney. The way you initiate that process is you contact the Public Defender's Office, fill out the application, and then the court will promptly appoint counsel for you. But as long as you're telling the court that you're hiring counsel, the court's not going to take any action further. I am going to direct that you'll come in on January 23rd. I want you back in this court on January 23rd, and that'll be purely to check on attorney status.
Okay.
Okay? So you need to be here on that day. All right? You may be excused at this time. 2013-129, 2013-245, State of Arkansas versus Deborah Rogers.
I see. Yes.
Mr. Russo was representing Ms. Rogers. My understanding is that there is a pending psychiatric evaluation, is that correct? Or we got the report?
Your Honor, we've received a letter from Dr. DeRoke's office indicating that the appointment is scheduled for December 17th. That'll be at his office in Little Rock at 2:30 p.m. that afternoon.
You have that information, Ms.
Yes, sir.
Rogers? All right. Court, this, with pending evaluation, the court will continue this matter in accordance with the law, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it down for reappearance on January 23rd in hopes that we'll have a report by that time and can move forward on the case. You may be excused until then, but
Thank
stay
you.
in touch with your attorney now.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Respiratory allergies and other problems of the ear, nose, and throat affect the lives of millions of people each year. It's a broad spectrum of problems that can be improved or even corrected under the care of an ENT, or ear, nose, and throat physician, who specializes in otolaryngology.
All that is green is not infection. All that sneezes is not allergy. To see an otolaryngologist would be the individual to be able to help differentiate between the two.
Many of the patients at Dr. Bell's Family ENT and Sinus Center of Harrison, Arkansas, have come for the proper diagnosis and management of chronic upper respiratory symptoms. The key is knowing that there are other ways besides antibiotics to manage allergies and respiratory problems, options that will help patients breathe easier and feel healthier on a daily basis. For more information, visit narmc.com.
The Harrison Fire Department is taking applications today. Come see us at Fire Station number 1 at City Hall, and we can show you how to be a Harrison firefighter.
You can make a difference.
You can make a difference.
Remember, you can make a difference.
It's amazing how many good things are going on in our area. That's why every week Dennis King and Tabitha Odegaard reach out to make a connection with the movers and shakers in our community. From the latest fundraising drive to community event, Dennis and Tabitha share with you their conversation with those who are making our community an even better place to work, live, and play. Tune in for Connection to get connected with the movers and shakers in our community. Connection, another great reason why TKO8 is local television worth watching. Dr. Sedani and his staff at Arkansas Orthopedics and Sports Medicine are proud to provide the residents of Harrison and the surrounding area with comprehensive orthopedic care right here at home. Honored as one of the top orthopedic surgeons in the state, Dr. Sedani specializes in non-operative treatment of arthritis, total joint replacement, sports medicine, arthroscopic shoulder and knee surgery, carpal tunnel surgery, and treatment of fractures. Let Dr. Sedani and his staff help you here at home at Arkansas Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, 870-741-8289.
This is Beverly Stokes with Community First Title Company. We are proud to be your locally owned title service company, serving your title insurance, escrow, and title search needs. And our goal is to make a difference right here in this community. We invite you to experience the difference a true community-owned title company can offer. You have a choice when it comes to your title services. Choose Community First Title, located next to Community First Bank at 218 East Ridge in Harrison. We look forward to serving you.
Welcome to Toyotathon.
Hi.
Like the Tundra?
Yeah, it's a great looking truck.
Yeah, and you can do awesome things with it. Did you just do something awesome in your head?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Get 0% APR for 60 months plus $3,000 on a new 2014 Tundra Crewmax TSS Edition for a total savings over $7,500. Offer ends January 5th.
There's a whole world of awesome out there.
Toyota, let's go places.
Nature's Wonders has been the area's premier location for value and quality in vitamins and minerals since 1994. But that's only scratching the surface. Nature's Wonders also features products that are better for you and your family's everyday needs and are also better for the environment. Nature's Wonder selection of freshly grown organic vegetables and environmentally safe cleaners allow for a healthier heart and home. From the latest addition to the trusted friend, there's something for everyone at Nature's Wonders, your supermarket of healthy choices.
2013-286, State of Arkansas versus James Maupin. Bush, Mr. Bunch, I believe this matter is pending an evaluation.
Your Honor, I believe the report has arrived, and Mr. Bunch was needing some time to review that. In the meantime, I have found in my file an additional discovery motion that Mr. Bunch has filed, and that's some information I'm going to need to provide to him regarding medical records of the alleged victim. I believe that motion was filed earlier this week.
Have we reset this matter since the evaluation came in? I didn't realize it was coming.
I don't know that we have, Your Honor.
I guess it didn't come to me because it's not filed in the case file. All right. The court's going to direct that a copy of the evaluation be filed in the case file. Is the defense going to challenge the findings of the evaluation?
Your Honor, I've only briefly had a chance to look at it. Can I make that decision at a later time?
Yes, you can.
Thank you, sir.
I'm going to, with this, I'm going to set this matter for trial. Do you have a copy of the evaluation here?
I do, Your Honor. And we could make a copy of ours for the file if that would be satisfactory.
I don't. Usually, I see these when they come in. That's one for some reason fell through. I'll ask that a copy may be made and filed, sealed in a sealed fashion in the court record.
Yes, sir.
The court is going to set this matter for trial the first week of March. That's just starting the week that starts the 2nd of March, and I'll set it for pretrial on January 30th.
Judge, would you repeat the trial date, please?
Sure. The trial date will be set for March 2nd, and that week, the week of March 2nd. Pretrial will be set for January 30th.
Thanks, sir.
Court calls 2014-158, State of Arkansas versus Michelle Sheedle. This case is down for by scheduling in order for trial during the week of March 2nd. Pre-trial has been ordered for January 20th, and I'm going to reflect at this time that that should be January 23rd. That's the date the court's actually holding court for that purpose. And this is the date to check on the status of the case. What's the status of this case?
Your Honor, the defense has received some discovery. However, we do need some additional discovery. We can either make a formal written request, or I can orally notify the state that we need a copy of the search warrant and the affidavit for the search warrant.
Court will order that those things will be provided forthwith so that we can, certainly by the January 23rd date, we need to be ready to do pretrial. So they need to be answered no later than January 10th. All discovery complete. You need to stay in touch with your attorney. Be back on January 23rd. 2014-162, State of Arkansas versus Francine Porter. At the last session of court on November 21st, this court set this matter down for, set the pretrial for January 23rd. And the trial itself is set for the first week of March 2nd. Any other matters to be taken up at this time?
Your Honor, Ms. Porter is asking for a continuance of the January 23rd date. I'll let her address the court as to the reason why.
Ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor, I live in Kansas City, and that week of January, we have a procedure and an event scheduled, and I thought that it would be handled by then, but
What is it you have on the
oh, this is something for him. But we have a family event scheduled that week, and I won't be able to attend the 23rd if possible. I came last month. I didn't get a call that we didn't have court, and I live in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, this case has been set for quite a long time. When did we sit down?
My first appearance was in November.
I'm sorry, ma'am, I didn't hear.
My first appearance.
On September 26th, an order was entered setting this matter down for hearing. We can, let me see. All right, I'm moving the pretrial date to February 27th, but that's just a matter of 5 days before trial. So you definitely need to be here on the 27th, prepared to go forward on any pretrial motions in this matter.
Yes, sir.
In the meantime, you need to stay in touch with the Public Defender's Office so that they can assist you in preparing the case for trial. It's scheduled for March 2nd. That February 27th date is also the date by which you either are to accept or reject any plea offers made. and the case will be either resolved that day, or we'll go to pretrial and be ready for trial on March 2nd.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yes,
But
sir.
it's your obligation to stay in touch with them.
Yes, sir.
Do not wait to hear from them. You contact the Public Defender's Office. They have too many cases to represent to spend their time trying to locate people.
Yes, sir.
And so this court considers it your obligation to stay in touch with them.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes,
You
sir.
may be excused.
Thank you.
2014-163, State of Arkansas versus Teal Hampton. This case is down. This is the date for reappearance to check status of the case. Where are we in terms of discovery and preparation for trial in this case?
Your Honor, before I get to that question, this is the situation where Mr. Hampton's a co-defendant in Marion County and Boone County. I'm conflicted out. I represent one of the co-defendants. Right now, we're going to have to wait for another attorney to be employed to take over Mr. Hampton's case. So that's the attorney status. Discovery, to answer your question, appears to be complete at this point.
Your Honor, there is some additional discovery delivered today, some interviews of the recordings.
From what I understood, there is a realistic prospect that we'll have counsel in place sometime in January to perhaps take over the representation both in Marion County and here. Is that not the case?
I think that's correct, but I'm not prepared to state on the record that that's going to be a fact at this point.
Okay.
Not until I see something in writing. So I don't want to mislead the court.
I understand.
Your Honor, as far as the court's scheduling purposes go, I think it could be left as is.
All right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave it as is. The defendant is ordered to reappear on January 23rd. That's potentially the pretrial date for this matter, and the court, of course, is going to be understanding if that hasn't been. The original scheduling order reflects January 20th as the date. That date is changed to January 23rd as the pretrial date. The trial date is the first week of March, starting March 2nd. So I'm ordering the defendant to reappear on January 23rd. Hopefully we'll have counsel in place and be able to move forward on that date, and we'll adjust as necessary. So again, Mr. Hampton, you stay in touch with the Public Defender's Office. Don't wait for somebody to call you. You stay in touch with them. All right?
Sir.
Nature's Wonders has been the area's premier location for value and quality in vitamins and minerals since 1994. But that's only scratching the surface. Nature's Wonders also features products that are better for you and your family's everyday needs and are also better for the environment. Nature's Wonders' selection of freshly grown organic vegetables and environmentally safe cleaners allow for a healthier heart and home. From the latest addition to the trusted friend, there's something for everyone at Nature's Wonders, your supermarket of healthy choices. Dental Creations on the Square in Harrison is the go-to place for all your denture services. We know how to get good results. We save you time and money because our lab is on site. A dental office you will like and trust. Dental Creations on the Square in Harrison, next to Harness Boots. Just look for the big red boot next door. Call today. You'll be glad you did. Start spinning, twisting, and pumping into a healthy lifestyle 24 hours a day at the Fitness Club. With all of the best equipment and personal trainers, you're ensured a workout that's fun, effective, and motivating. At the Fitness Club, you can enhance your glow, relax your mind, and refresh your body all in one convenient location. So what are you waiting for? Start spinning, twisting, and pumping your way into a new you today. Enhance your lifestyle and reach your goals at the Fitness Club, Highway 6265 North in Harrison. Keeping up with the policymakers in our area is important all year long and not just during the election season. That's why TKOA Television provides rebroadcasts of our local municipal and county meetings. Their actions directly impact all of our lives, so it is imperative that we all stay in the know. TKO8 is proud to offer this service so that we as a community remain informed and educated as to the inner workings of our local governments. See our news and policymakers in action right here on TKO8 and online anytime at TKO8.com. It's a busy world these days, and making time to watch your favorite local programming isn't always easy to schedule in. Simply put, it's an on-demand world, and that's why TKO8 Television makes all of our local news and information programs available 24 hours a day at TKO8.com. Visit TKO8.com and find us on Facebook for the local news and information you want when you want it. TKO8.com, another great reason why TKO8 is local television worth watching and logging on.
This is Beverly Stokes with Community First Title Company. We are proud to be your locally owned title service company, serving your title insurance, escrow, and title search needs. And our goal is to make a difference right here in this community. We invite you to experience the difference a true community-owned title company can offer. You have a choice when it comes to your title services. Choose Community First Title, located next to Community First Bank at 218 East Ridge in Harrison. We look forward to serving you.
I think this might be the one.
I call dibs.
Dibs? You can't call dibs.
Oh, actually, we do honor dibs at Toyotathon. But with all these great deals on so many vehicles,
Dibs!
Really... Okay.
Dibs! I got it.
Dibs!
My dib! Dibs!
And here we go again.
Toyotathon is on. Right now, get $2,000 or 0% financing for 72 months plus $500 on a new 2014.5 Camry. Offer ends January 5th.
It's the best dibs I ever dibs.
Toyota, let's go places.
2014-172, State of Arkansas versus Bradley Cone. Mr. Cone's appearance here today is pursuant to the order of the court, the written scheduling order. This is the reappearance date to check on status of discovery and the status of the case. This case is one of those set for pretrial. Again, I'm changing the pretrial order, which originally read January 20th. That should have read January 23rd, and I've now changed it by interlineation on the form and informing the counsel and the parties that this is the pretrial date is January 23rd. The case itself is set for the trial during the week of March 2nd. Mr. Russo, who was previously appointed in your case, has left the public defender's office at this time, and the court is, Mr. Cone, I'm informing you, Mr. Bunch here is presently your counsel, and you need to make a point of staying in touch with him. Now, where do we stand, the status of the case wise?
Your Honor, new discovery was received, or additional discovery was received just a moment ago, and Mr. Cone just needs to schedule an office appointment.
Okay. Mr. Cone, you need to get in touch with them and schedule that appointment as soon as possible so that they can be fully prepared.
Yes, sir.
Don't wait until right before the 23rd of January. You need to do that really as soon as possible and get it set up. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right. You may be excused. 2014-6, State of Arkansas versus Jeffrey Gerard.
Your Honor, according to my notes from Mr. Chris Carter, the defendant has completed a program, full circle program over in Marion County, and we are moving to null process charges as well as a revocation petition in 2011-309. We'll prepare a written order for the record.
What was the revocation?
2011-309. Chris's notes. That's correct. That doesn't look right. Oh, yeah, it is. That is. Yeah, I'm getting Chris Will confused.
On state's motion, court will grant the motion to null pros criminal charges in 2014-6. And on the revocation docket, it is 309. The court is dismissing the petition. All right. Mr. Girard, you may be excused.
Thank you.
Now, you still are on probation, and you need to keep up with the requirements of probation, but for now, you're free to go and proceed. These cases are both dismissed.
Thank you.
Yes. 2014-114, State of Arkansas versus Wendy Jackson. This is the deadline for plea acceptance or rejection. Is there a plea agreement as of this time?
Judge, I don't see a plea offer.
One moment, Your Honor.
Ms. Jackson's not going to be able to comply today with the disposition proposed by the state, Your Honor. I've not visited with her. Yes, please. I've not had an opportunity to visit with her. We may be able to get a disposition done, but it wouldn't be for today's court. So I would just recommend we keep it as scheduled, and if we can dispose of it, we'll notify the court. The court's willing to accept a disposition at a later date.
All right.
Okay.
Now, I guess the court understands Mr. Carter's tied up with this trial, and I'm pretty sure that offer came from him.
It did, Your Honor.
So, all right. For now, we'll leave it on for disposition on the morning of the 16th. 2014-85, State of Arkansas versus Tamara Keel. Seems to me somebody talked to me about this case sometime earlier this week, and I don't remember. That's correct. It's been continued. 2014-126, State of Arkansas versus Eddie Criswell.
Your Honor, we have a disposition off the report. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I've got Mr. Christensen's.
Criswell. We do have pistols in his box. Yes.
Your Honor, could we recall Mr. Criswell? I'll need to visit with him. I've not had an opportunity to do so. Please.
All right. 2014-127, State of Arkansas versus Jessica Cash. I guess because Mr. Russo was handling this case, it ended up on the Division 4 docket. It was transferred to the Division 4 docket with Mr. Russo handling it, but that he is no longer in the Public Defender's office. This matter is trying to find where it got scheduled for the 16th. I don't even see that. Originally was scheduled on Judge Putnam's docket for November 18th. I'm trying to...
Your Honor, I show that on the 21st of November there was an alias warrant issue.
And then it was transferred to my docket and it was scheduled for the 16th. On the 21st, the alias warrant was pronounced, but then due to intervening by Judge Putnam, the defendant was told to apparently the defendant appeared in front of Judge Putnam, and then the warrant was withdrawn. So there's not an outstanding one. Okay, it is set for the 16th. I take it, Mr. Bunch, you've had no opportunity to visit with the defendant.
No, she's not been to see us.
All right. Well, at this point, the court's going to Court's going to reset the trial date till, continue the ALJ till January 12th.
That'd be an excluded period, Your Honor.
Defense is moving for continuance and understands it's an excluded period of time for speedy trial purposes.
All right. Now, that'll be an excluded period. Now, I should have said it earlier than that, later than that, simply because there's not another appearance date between now and then. I'm going to make it the February 2nd date, and then set her down to reappear on January 23rd. January 23rd. Don't even mess that up. So the trial date is now reset as an excluded period till February 5th and February 2nd that week. The pretrial will be set for January 23rd. We'll try to resolve it on that date if possible. All right? Now, you need to get into the public defender's office and discuss it with them and make sure they, have all the information you can provide them about the case so that they can be prepared on the January 23rd date. All right? Okay. You may be excused.
Gifts and more gifts. That's what you'll find at Sisters Flower and Gift Shop. Come in and browse their vast assortment of unique Christmas ornaments, wreaths, and wall decor. For the holidays, Sisters has added a new line of handmade rings, bracelets, and necklaces. If you like sweets, pick up some of their local made candy and snacks. Whether you're looking for a bold centerpiece, an artistic floral arrangement, serving pieces, or all-occasion tabletop items, Sisters has something for everyone. Sisters Flower and Gift Shop. We are so much more than flowers.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud. Harrison is a Health Mart town. Sam Alexander Pharmacy on the square downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
You know, we should always remember to have a working smoke detector where we sleep. Let's go, let's go. Okay, we're all safe, we're all safe. In an emergency, you need a meeting place outside the whole family can meet so that you know everyone is safe.
Respiratory allergies and other problems of the ear, nose, and throat affect the lives of millions of people each year. It's a broad spectrum of problems that can be improved or even corrected under the care of an ENT, or ear, nose, and throat physician, who specializes in otolaryngology.
All that is green is not infection. All that sneezes is not allergy. To see an otolaryngologist would be the individual to be able to help differentiate between the two.
Many of the patients at Dr. Bell's Family ENT and Sinus Center of Harrison, Arkansas, have come for the proper diagnosis and management of chronic upper respiratory symptoms. The key is knowing that there are other ways besides antibiotics to manage allergies and respiratory problems, options that will help patients breathe easier and feel healthier on a daily basis. For more information, visit narmc.com.
Nature's Wonders has been the area's premier location for value and quality in vitamins and minerals since 1994. But that's only scratching the surface. Nature's Wonders also features products that are better for you and your family's everyday needs and are also better for the environment. Nature's Wonders' selection of freshly grown organic vegetables and environmentally safe cleaners allow for a healthier heart and home. From the latest addition to the trusted friend, there's something for everyone at Nature's Wonders, your supermarket of healthy choices.
North Arkansas College offers classes your way. We understand your busy schedule and now offer 2 flexible, completely online degree programs. The Associate of Applied Science Business Administration with a management or accounting emphasis. All your classes are online and you earn the same degree as classroom-based students. In-county tuition is just $79 per credit hour and the only transportation you need is a computer. Classes begin January 12th. Register today at northark.edu. North Arkansas College, your way.
Crystal clear mountain streams, river rapids, and rolling hills with endless valleys. The beauty of the Ozarks we often take for granted. At Magnus Toyota, we never underestimate the value of our customers. As a third-generation family-owned business, Magnus Toyota has been operating here in the Ozarks for over 50 years. When we make a new deal, we make a new friend. Stop in and visit us today and see why our customers say we're the best. Magnus Toyota, your hometown Toyota dealer on Highway 65 North in Harrison.
2014-104, State of Arkansas versus Mitchell Christian.
Yeah, we got the right guy. It's being old and deaf is not working out for me. How you doing? Okay? I'm doing all right. Plea offer okay with you? Yeah. Think you can do that? What? You think you can do the plea? Yeah. Pay the money? Yeah, the one that he just explained to me? Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll do it if I have to work 2 or 3 jobs.
Okay. So this is yours? Yeah. Are you sure we'll take it?
Yes, sir. Thank you. I've got to do this before. I've got to do this before we start talking.
Mr. Christensen, you appear here at this time for purposes of changing your plea on an amended charge. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And the charge is being amended pursuant to an agreement that's been worked out for you by your attorney. Is that also correct?
Yes, sir.
Just for the record, Your Honor, pursuant to the plea agreement, the state at this time will move to amend the classification of the offense from a Class C felony to a Class A misdemeanor. There is a sizable amount of restitution to be paid, but the parties do understand the court will maintain jurisdiction over the case until that's paid.
Very well. On the and do you understand the terms of the agreement in terms of the amended charge and the punishment you're to receive?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with the advice and the representation you've received from the Public Defender's Office?
Yes, sir.
On the charge, as it's amended, of theft of rented property, a Class A misdemeanor, how do you now plead?
Guilty.
You're entering this plea of guilty pursuant to this agreement, and the agreement is set out in writing in this document I'm holding up called a plea statement. Have you read through and signed this plea statement?
Yes, sir. Word for word.
And did you understand it as you read it?
Yes, I did.
You then understand the nature of the charges against you and the full range of penalties you're facing?
Yes, sir.
You understand the rights that you give up or surrender by pleading guilty?
Yes, sir.
The most important of those rights you're giving up are the right to a trial by jury, the right to, you're giving up the right to be represented by an attorney and have the assistance of that attorney throughout the trial process. You're giving up the right to have the opportunity to cross-examine or confront the witnesses that would appear in front of you in the courtroom and testify against you. And you're also giving up the right to appeal. Do you understand these rights that you're giving up?
Yes, sir.
And understanding what you're giving up, are you still willing to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading guilty here today freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Has anybody in any form or fashion forced you into entering this plea of guilty?
No, sir.
As you enter this plea of guilty today, do you admit to the allegations contained in the petition?
Yes, sir.
Do you admit that that in the time period between April 10th and April 29th of 2014 here in Boone County, you used what's stated as a false address and payment information to Rent-A-Center in order to obtain computers, television, home theater system, etc., and failed to return them?
Yes, sir.
Based on those statements, the court's going to find that the defendant has freely and voluntarily entered his plea of guilty, done so after consulting with an attorney, and has acknowledged his participation in the facts that constitute the crime. On that basis, the court at this time formally accepts the defendant's plea of guilty, finds the defendant guilty of the offense of theft of rented property, Class A misdemeanor, and at this time imposes the sentence that the plea agreement calls for, which is 1 year of supervised probation subject to the standard terms and conditions of probation of this court. The defendant will be directed to pay restitution in the amount of $5,631.42, court costs of $150, a warrant service fee of $50, and a booking and administration fee of $20. All of these monetary obligations will be due and payable as a term and condition of the defendant's probation, payable at a rate not less than $100 per month beginning within 30 days of this date. The court is also, a part of this agreement is the defendant will have no further contact with Rent-A-Center, its employees, with the sole exception of making the required restitution payments, or the payments on account. The court will maintain jurisdiction over this matter for the purpose of supervising the repayment of the restitution of all the expense, costs, and fees and expenses, as well as restitution. That'll be the order of the court. The court has reviewed and is signing the written terms and conditions of probation, which are attached to the plea statement. At this time, and in signing them makes them an order of the court. The defendant is directed to make sure he reads them over carefully, though the court notes that the defendant has signed the acknowledgement at the bottom of the plea of the terms and conditions, indicating he has read, understands, and will comply with those terms and conditions. I'm directing the defendant to meet with the probation officer at this time to get set up on probation. You may be excused to do so, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Books are an important part of your life, and when you go to Books on the Square, you'll find books that will not only be informative, but books that will take you away. Books on the Square now has 2 locations on the south side of the Harrison Square. Books on the Square carries fiction books, books on CD, lots of westerns, and books full of mystery. Books on the Square, too, next to Deb's Frames and Things, has your nonfiction favorites, religious, historical, and even cookbooks. Take a stroll down the south side of the square and visit both Books on the Square.
Liquidation Outlet in Harrison. What will you find today? Where everything is up to 50% off of retail. Hi, this is Amy, and we've got everything from entertainment centers and furniture to toys for the kids and baby supplies. We also carry bedding, luggage, humidifiers, and lots of craft items. With so many choices, you'll find the perfect deal for you. Stop paying retail and head to Liquidation Outlet for great savings. If you miss a day, you miss a great deal.
Best deals that you can get at the Liquidation Outlet.
Hunt, farm, or trail, Polaris has it all. Legendary ATVs like the powerful new Sportsman 570 EFI. Value-minded side-by-sides featuring the new Ranger 570. And full-size workhorses including the 60-horsepower Ranger XP 900 and new 5-passenger Ranger Crew 900. Polaris, hardest working, smoothest riding.
One of the things that we're seeing more and more often now that people are keeping their vehicles longer are the discoloration of the headlight assemblies. And you can see the difference, the night and day difference between this headlight assembly and this one. This is about a 12-year-old car, and it came in, and we've been talking to this customer for several months as they've come in for servicing, that the headlight assemblies in this condition are actually dangerous. Even though the headlights are still working, whenever you turn them on, you come around the front of the car and you can see that they're actually working, but to actually drive it at night, and especially if you get into any type of rain, you're actually driving with almost no lights. The candle power, which is what the headlight is called as far as the brightness of the headlights as they come out from your car, is so much deteriorated at this point, it actually becomes a dangerous situation. Not only can you not see adequately for what's coming down the road, but also other people can't see you either. And so you can see also just how much nicer that the new headlight assembly makes the vehicle look, and it actually makes this vehicle look about 5 to 6 years newer than what it actually is, just with having nice headlight assemblies. Now there's a couple ways that you can do this. If you go to the parts store, you can get a product, and it's a several stage process to sand these down and buff them and so on and so forth, and they come out looking really good, and so definitely increases that candle power for you. The only downside to doing that particular product is that it only lasts about a year. And it's a quite lengthy process. There's a lot of different things out there on YouTube about maybe toothbrush or bug spray or whatever. We don't really recommend those because they're just short-term fixes at best. What we typically recommend on cars is getting aftermarket headlight assemblies. These can be ordered. You get the headlight, the bulbs, everything. You just pull the old one out and put the new one in, and it not only dresses up the car, but now you've got another 10 years of life left on this, as opposed to trying to do something with this. So you can weigh out your options. If we do this type of fix here at the shop, as far as buffing it out, you're into a couple $100, parts, labor, time, and so on and so forth. Right here, this is about a $350 fix, but it's a 10-year fix as opposed to a 1-year fix. So anyway, that's just something to keep in mind. Something else that I wanted to talk to you about on this car is that we've been servicing this particular vehicle for right at 10 years, and anytime we service a vehicle, do the oil and filter change, the customer comes in for a specific problem that's going on, we give them recommendations based on age and mileage and what we know after 25 years of experience, what needs to be looked at, what needs to be serviced, what needs to be done, and so we make those recommendations. We get letters and cards all the time, thank you letters and cards, and people thanking us for the things that we've done and taken care of for them. And then every once in a while we get a letter like this one where a customer is raking me over the coals for making a recommendation on something that needs to be done. Case in point, service the fluids that I recommended that needed to be serviced, and he called the local GM dealer and they told him that they never recommend those services to be done. And it's like, funny thing about it is why do you change your oil? You change your oil because it gets old. Why do you change your power steering fluid and brake fluid and transmission fluid? It's because they get old. Going back to this particular vehicle, I've been telling this customer since 2009 that the transmission needed to be serviced. It needed to be flushed, new fluid, new filter, and so on and so forth. It comes in today at 167,000 miles on it, and the transmission's toast because the fluid's burnt, because it never got changed. And so whenever we make a recommendation at Main Street Service Center, it's not because we're trying to get in your pocket. We're trying to keep your vehicle around for the long run. And in order to do that, you're going to have to change some fluids. You're going to need to change your brake fluid, your power steering fluid, your transmission fluid, your rear differential fluid if it's got it. All those different fluids need to be serviced on a routine basis, and it's a whole lot less expensive to do it on your timetable as opposed to doing it because now you're out of your vehicle for a few days or a week because your transmission needs to be done. So if you go to the dealer, you're paying $25 an hour more than you are here at Main Street Service Center. You're getting, in my opinion, better professionalism because we're going to tell you what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, because we want your vehicle to be around for a long time, not because we're trying to sell you a new vehicle. So come see us at Main Street Service Center, 620 Goblin Drive, 741-4252. Give us a call. We'll be happy to take care of your car and automotive needs.
KTKO Channel 8 Harrison. Local television worth watching.